thought about 5 ways to wellbeing during and after COVID, where we saw an increase in referrals through to mental health services. The mental health services have a long waiting list, and what we wanted to do is we wanted to look at the preventative side of mental health issues with children and young people, which is around building resilience with children and young people. And the 5 ways to wellbeing is a really good tool to help children to understand what they should be practicing in everyday life to make themselves healthier and also to look after their mental well-being as well. So we came up with a concept of Boltonising the 5 ways to wellbeing. As we do in Bolton, we like to create things with people of Bolton, using children and young people's voices as well.
Initially we did some work with Head Start, which is sponsored by Bolton Wanderers Football Club. So we worked with one of their practitioners, and he did some sessions on mental health and wellbeing with our Year 6s and our Year 1 children. We learned quite a lot from doing that about what worked, what didn't work so well. And then for the next part of the project, we worked together with some other schools to develop some resources that we thought would support new schools to the project, but would also help teachers with actually delivering the sessions to the young people in their school.
We were approached by Public Health to try and help them to sort of co-design a new brand, a brand that would be sort of recognised by the children and accepted by the children as well. So we came up with the hand for a sort of high five and 5 ways. We characterised the hand, so each of the words which spell out clang, which is connect, learn, active, notice and give, which is a great way for the kids to actually remember them. We're really pleased with how it's been adapted and adopted by the schools that are taking part, and especially by the children as well.
We remember the 5 ways to well-being by the acronym CLANG. Connect, learn, active, notice, give.
Connect. My favourite is Connect, because I can connect and make new friends, and it makes my day more better so I can meet new people.
Learn.
My favourite is Learn, because I like to learn new things and discover new books.
Active.
My favourite 5 ways happy days is being active, because I play football every single day with my friends, and I go Man United and Man City Academy.
Notice.
Notice how life will never be a smooth sail to your dreams and aspirations. Same concept with the F, which is why we need to work together like a team.
Give.
The 5 ways to well-being help me on a daily basis, because when I give my kindness, and then that makes others give their kindness back to me.
So we initiated 5 ways happy days into school by first starting with a staff meeting to have a whole school buy-in from the staff, so they understood what it was and what our goal was to achieve through 5 ways happy days. And then we invited parents in, carers or anyone involved with our children to come to meet and ask questions so that they understood it a little bit more, so that they could be more involved.
One of the things that we considered when we were working with other schools was actually how we would implement the project in a curriculum that's already quite overloaded. So all schools have got their own way of approaching PSHE. Some schools have already got a resource that they use that they've brought in. A lot of schools do work through assemblies. So every school's approach is different. So when the group of schools got together to look at the resources, we were thinking really hard about how we could fit it into an existing curriculum and make it meaningful for the young people. So we hope we've come up with some ideas that can be layered into what schools are doing already for PSHE.
Does it matter if we have different perspectives? And if you're working together on a task and everybody's got a different idea about how we should do it, is that a difficult thing to overcome? How could we overcome it?
So if you look at it from like a different perspective and take what they're saying and look at it from what they're saying, maybe you could find out there's multiple possibilities.
Oh, that's a nice way of putting it.
We've worked really hard on trying to extend the project into the community as well, because that was a really important part of the initial remit, that we would work with the children in school, but then they would almost be ambassadors for the project and take that home into the community by talking to their families about what they've been doing in school. So that was facilitated by the little workbooks that the children have been using. We've we've helped to work with the design team on a couple of versions of that. And the latest one is a book that the children use for the first term at Leverhulme. And then after that, the idea is that they take that book home to share with their parents what they've been doing. And it has a QR code on the back, which the parents can then scan, which takes them to the Let's Keep Bolton Moving website. And that website has lots and lots of links that parents can then follow to get support for themselves and for their families.
So when we first started this, we had some parent workshops where parents were invited into school, but we also held an online workshop as well. And we explained what the 5 ways to wellbeing were and how they could help at home with their children, and also to help themselves as well, because it is a tool that can be used by all, not just children. And we also, in our parents' evenings, we invite the team to come in, and they have a stall that explains what the 5 ways to wellbeing is, and parents can get involved on that side.
Aim in school was to complete the booklets by the end of spring term, because we wanted them to be able to then implement what they've learnt for the rest of the school year, rather than spread it out across the year and then go off for 6 weeks and come back and can't remember things. So we wanted them to be able to implement what they've learnt by the end of spring term, and then spend summer term really using that 5 ways happy days to help their mental health.
We're going to go to the page that show our next page is talking about what we've noticed. So on the blue one, yeah, and we're going to draw some of the things that we noticed on the way into school today. Do you think we can do that?
We've started off with wellbeing ambassadors. I'm the wellbeing champion in school, and so I've got ambassadors below me from the children, and we work together to improve the wellbeing within school, but we needed a little bit more direction. So when Eddie contacted us about the 5 ways happy days, we jumped at the chance to be a part of it.
We love being a wellbeing ambassador, so we can support people in our class and anyone in the school if they need help with something or not.
It's made people understand the way other people feel.
It has helped me be more active and do more things like running, playing football, going outside more, and it made me feel really, really good.
We went to St Catherine's School and we put together a presentation about mental health and wellbeing and the 5 ways happy days, and then we presented it to the Year 6 classrooms at St Catherine's Primary School.
Within school, I get feedback every time we do an activity from the 5 ways happy days from all of the children across school, and all of the feedback's been really positive. Lots of children have been able to give examples on how they've used 5 ways happy days, and it's had a really positive impact on how they deal with negative feelings and how they have understood how they could change those negative feelings into positive ones.
We have embedded it further by looking at the wider community and the cultural capital experiences that our children get. So the 5 ways to wellbeing are fed into the experiences and visits that they encounter from nursery to Year 6 throughout school. And I think what's been really useful is that by the time they leave in Year 6, they have a wellbeing toolkit that they can use and carry on further into their lives.
I think this 5 ways happy days is not only building their resilience, but it's getting them to feel comfortable to talk about how they're feeling mentally as well as physically. It's also giving them a range of different ways where they can feel, oh, I can connect with this, I'm active by doing this, and it's giving them a range of vocab as well as building resilience.
Which other one did we use? Did we use connect, learn, notice or give? Susan? What did we notice?
We noticed that the parachute was down.
We're good girl, we noticed the parachute was
going up, then down.
I chose to do the parachute this morning because I thought it'd be engaging for all of the children. I know it's something that the children will enjoy, and it's also, it can link them. Oh, we do the parachute, but it also links to the 5 ways, and it helps them, and it can help them connect, learn. It can give all the range of the 5 ways.
Gaskell's a multicultural school. I think we speak 32 different languages at the moment, our children, and I think it is something that is so universal and there's no barrier to it. It's a simple tool that they can just take through life, so I think it's benefited every child in school, and they do relate different things that they do in school to the 5 ways to wellbeing.
Eddie has linked us with Phil from the Wet Willow Wildlife Project, which is in Bolton. And what he's going to do is going to take our children out to the local environment, which is our local park, where we have rare birds, habitat the park. They're going to do some conservation work and really tie it in with our well-being of each children, of how looking after our environment helps our mental health and how we can be active participants in the community, which is also beneficial of our well-being. So he's going to be doing lots of activities with our children, going out for trips, but he's also going to be coming in to spend some time with our eco team in school and create some bug hotels and things like that in our wildlife area.
Another way that we are incorporating this into the wider community is through an arts award that we are going for, and the focus of that is through the 5 ways to wellbeing, and every child in school is going to create a piece of art that will be spread out into the local community. Some of them will be hidden pieces of art, some of them will be put through local post boxes, and some of them will be put up on the local lampposts. So we're using 2 of the aspects of the 5 ways to wellbeing to spread happiness in the local community as well as giving something back to the children so they can have that sense of achievement.
We're also now reaching out and working with some partnership schools, in particular a group of schools that are part of a global citizenship group. So that group of schools has really embraced the idea of the mental well-being, but linking it to some of the global citizenship goals, in particular to do with the environment and the sustainable development goals. So we're working on a little project over the coming year where we've got some ambassadors from the schools who are going to work together, develop a song and put together a little celebration event in the spring term, and hopefully that will promote the 5 ways.
Let's keep Bolton moving! 1 voice, 1 place, 5 ways to happy days. Our choice to make a change. We're the superheroes, but we gotta look within us, and we're no use at bringing